Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. So for today's video, I'm gonna be doing another book review. So Greece started its full lockdown from 23rd of March and it recently ended until this 4th of May. And I managed to finish 4 books that I'm going to review today. Let's get started! So the first book that I managed to finish is The Shape of Water by Guillermo del Toro and Daniel Kraus. Guillermo del Toro is a Mexican author and filmmaker, and Daniel Kraus is an American author. They both write this beautiful fantasy book. So this book has actually 314 pages, and this is a fantasy, history, romance kind of book. Actually, I have a full book review / movie review for this one, which I will put the link below. But the story follows a girl who is mute, she doesn't have a voice, she doesn't speak, and she fell in love with this creature, a fishman or a gill god. And it's in the height of the Cold War era where the United States versus Soviet Union are trying to capture this creature for their own Cold War advancement. For more details about this book and its movie, please check out the link on the description box. Also, one of my favorite things that I forgot to mention on my full book review about this one is the drawings inside the book. Let me show you. We have here the creature, the fishman, the gill god, and then Eliza Esposito, Strickland and his monkeys inside his head, and of course Giles, the creature, and Eliza. So yeah, so I'm gonna give this book 5 stars out of 5 stars because this is a beautiful love story and the ending is so good. So I highly recommend this to you if you need a light fantasy book. So yeah, check this out. The Shape of Water by Guillermo del Toro and Daniel Kraus. So moving on the second book that I finished during lockdown. So the second book that I finished is Something in the Water by Catherine Steadman. Catherine Steadman is a British actress and a writer. This book has 342 pages. This book is a crime fiction and a thriller book. The story goes where there's this young couple, Erin, a 30-year-old woman. She is a documentary filmmaker, and Mark, 35-year-old man, an investment banker. When Mark turned 35, he decided to propose to Erin. They've been in a relationship for 6 years and they've been living together. They look like a perfect couple and seem to have it all. They did all the preparations for their wedding, the reception and everything, and they decided also that they will spend their honeymoon at Bora Bora for 3 weeks together. Until Mark loses his job, and during Brexit, no one's hiring. And it's really hard to find a job at that time. So because of this sudden unfortunate event, they make some changes like cutting their honeymoon from 3 weeks to 2 weeks, changing the reception, and so on and so forth. Despite of this unfortunate event where Mark loses his job and now he's jobless, they still continue the wedding and go to Bora Bora where they spend their honeymoon together. But after a week, they go scuba diving and they found this bag full of cash and diamonds. So the bag has millions of dollars and diamonds, which can cost millions as well. So the question is, what's gonna happen? And it questioned their morals, the trust, and who you really are. I'm not gonna tell you more about the story because I want this book review a free spoiler. So you have to find out yourself. This is a good crime fiction book with a little bit of thriller. If you're looking for a light thriller book, I recommend this book to you. The only thing that I don't like about this book is that the author ended it quickly, just like that. I mean, I want more of the perspective from Mark, because it just ended so quickly. That's the only thing I don't like about this book. But yeah, again, it's a good book, light thriller, light crime fiction, so it's easy to read. It's a page turner. You can browse it, you can read it as fast as you can. The writing style of this book is first person narrative, which I like. I like first person narrative. I would always prefer that. And I like how she's so attentive to details, except in the end that, you know, for me, it's missing the perspective from Mark. I hate that. I totally hate how she ended it. So I'm gonna give this book 3 stars. And I recommend it for you if you like crime fiction and light thriller book. So the third book that I finished is The Child by Sebastian Fitzek. Sebastian Fitzek is a German writer, and this book has 376 pages. This is also a psychological thriller book. I don't know why I have psychological thrillers and crime fiction books during lockdown. Worst genres you could read, but I don't have any new books, so these are the books that are left on, so I didn't have a choice. So the story of The Child is so cute because there's this Simon who is a 10-year-old boy who claims that he was a serial killer in the past. So he's like a reincarnation of a murderer. He's totally believable because he knows where you could find the bodies. And these dead bodies are criminals. He's like an avenger in the past who kept killing these bad people. And because Simon, the 10-year-old child, needs a defense lawyer because he wants to tell the police that he's the person who committed these crimes, he needs a defense lawyer. And the defense lawyer in this book, who is Robert Stern, who is, as for me, a very weak lawyer. He has this problem with his wife because they had this sudden infant death. So at the beginning of the story, it was so messy. A lot of things are so chaotic. The truth is, I got bored at the beginning because it was so messy, but it gets good on, I think, page 300. And yeah, this book is a psychological thriller, and it's so light as well. The storyline is so cute, but it's not that wow for me. It has twist and few thrilling effect, and the ending was totally different from the mess in the beginning. If you're looking for a light psychological thriller book, then maybe you could, you know, find this one a good book. But as for me, it's not that good as I expected it to be. The writing style of this book is a third-person narrative. Again, for me, I didn't like about this book the character of the defense lawyer because he's so weak and he could have seen it coming if he's just thinking straight. But yeah, he was set up, and you know, the bad cop and everything. Yeah, I'm giving this book 3 stars. And the last but not the least, my favorite one, Stalker by Lars Kepler. I think I have found my crime fiction, mystery, psychological thriller book of all time. Lars Kepler is a Swedish author, and this book has 585 pages. This book is thick. I find it hard to read this one because it's well written. No doubt about that. It's well written, full of details. The writing style of this book is a third-person narrative, which is well done. So this book is a crime fiction, mystery, psychological thriller, and full of action. The story goes, a killer who's been killing women who are alone in their own houses. The killer will ruin the faces of the victims and leaving clues of, why the killer is doing that. I don't want to tell you who's the killer, if it's a male or a female, because I want you to find out yourself. The killer will upload a short clip on YouTube before killing the victim, giving the police no time to identify the victim and to respond. The stalker is highly intelligent and very attentive to detail. That's why making this stalker a very dangerous person. So you gotta find out why this stalker is killing only women and why this stalker is killing only this specific women. My favorite character in this book is Margot Silverman. She is a totally badass detective, but she's pregnant during these ongoing cases, but still she's a badass. So I like Eric, who is a psychologist. I like his character. And the character that I fell in love with is Junalina, who is a former chief superintendent. He is the best detective. And I think Lars Kepler has this Junalina's book series. That's why I want to read more of Lars Kepler books. I'm trying to find the Fire Witness, The Hypnotist, The Nightmare, The Sandman, all this Lars Kepler book. I think he's by far my favorite psychological thriller author, crime mystery author. I mean, he did very well in this book. I totally loved it. I devoured this book. This book is very heavy for me. I don't think it's YA. I don't think it's for young adult. I mean, it's for adult for sure. And the details are overwhelming. The turns and twists are so good. A lot of turns and twists, by the way. But yeah, I mean, look at this book. It's so thick. And how many days I was trying to consume this book. And I love it. It's very sad what happened to Junalina, who's my favorite detective in this book. But I think they are trying to show you how the Swedish justice system is just and fair, which, okay, I totally understand. But my only question in this book is, what happened to Eric? What happened to this doctor? I mean, because he made a serious crime, because one of the patient was wrongly convicted. So I don't know, that's the only question that I have for this book. But overall, it's a good book, and I'm giving this book 5 stars. And I highly recommend this if you want a heavy psychological thriller with mystery, crime, a lot of action. Yeah, this is a good book, and this by far my top favorite book in this kind of category. So yeah, so these are the books that I managed to devour, consume during lockdown from 23rd of March until 4th of May. Well, the total pages is 1,670 pages. There's 4 books. So ranking these 4 books, my top one is Stalker, and then The Shape of Water, and then I would go for Something in the Water and The Child. Yeah. So that's it for my 4th book reviews. But wait, there's more. I'm gonna show you the 3 new books that I have for my TBR to be read books, and I'm gonna show you some clips that that I got this new books. So watch this. We are craving for McDonald's. So this is the only book we have. We're looking for more. Yeah. God, just got home and I got this new book, The Silent Patient from Public. And this is gonna be one of my TBRs. So finally today I received this parcel. My new book. I'm so excited to open this. So let's open it. So here's the short TBR for the first book, Getting to Yes by Roger Fisher and William Ury. The second book is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. And the last new book that I have is Everything is Fucked, a book about hope by the one and only Mark Manson. I have read the first book of Mark Manson. This is his second book and I'm so excited to read this. So this is a kind of self-help book, and this one is a psychological thriller book, and this one is a business book. So this is a short TBR that I'm going to devour in the next couple of days. So I think that's the end of my book reviews and for this vlog. So see you soon. Bye bye.